Right, welcome back. Been a few days absent off of this whole upload videos with YouTube. No, um, it's ba- basically because I don't have a mic, but I have it back now, so we're all good. Um, anyways, we're gonna be doing some more back testings the weekend, so no live markets, no nothing. Well, you can trade Bitcoin, but it's very like abundantly clear to see where Bitcoin's heading now. We have basically this demand zone down here is on the daily candle. So, in fact, let me go back to this. Now, for Bitcoin, my prediction is potentially mitigation down in here, slow. This zone down here, right? So, potential mitigation or something deeper into here, maybe 50% equilibrium, and then potentially rally high and take these. Now, that in my eyes makes sense. Okay, but it doesn't mean it should. It doesn't mean that. We understand how markets move, and we understand that there's just because there's zones in here for mitigation, right? And you know, imbalances does not mean we have to feel them simply. Because like on a 4 hour, for instance, what do we have? Like this daily got filled immediately, right? So we've already filled the equilibrium zone, so we could rally higher now, right? But on this one day, it's like it did, but it didn't. You can't see it because you can't zoom into the price action, and that my trading view ain't working. So like if we went to the one day again, we can't see it fill it, but on the 4 hour, we can see it essentially fill it immediately. Well, this is a 4 minute actually. Um, but the point is, if you went to an hour time frame, for instance, right? What do we have? Well, we have demand zones here. We have demand zone here. We test deep into this demand zone. So what actually held? Well, firstly, this entire daily candle closed, but it's not actually been. After it closed, it hasn't been mitigated, so it could also come back down to mitigate that on the daily, right? But on this 1 hour, what do we notice? We notice that this demand zone here held, right? It mitigated and it rallied, right? So at this point, we can either look for buys again inside of this, or we can look for buys inside of fresh zone. So we understand that we have again. Now I don't like to do the whole BOS because you don't really need to, but you understand that the trend is, it's creating new highs. As we can see, this high gets created, this low, and then we break this high, either through this, or this whole move. But if you were doing this, then we create a new low and a new high, right? And then if you were to do it from the point of which I was going to show, you have essentially this complete liquidation. That's what it is. That's all it is. Huge liquidation. The rally, the AI, if you want to call it that, but then obviously Wyckoff wouldn't really apply it. All the way to this, and then what? Rally back down to what? Potentially rally, and as we understand, this low should hold, technically. But then this is where time frames getting interesting because, like, even though this is the same thing, you could be counting this, or on the one day, right? You could count something else, like, okay, well, even though we want to only pull back to, okay, on the daily, you only want to pull back to this zone, but on this daily, we might want to pull back all the way into here, all the way down to this where we highlighted, right? We may, on a bigger time frame, on a month, okay, on the month, okay, we may just want to pull back into this, right, deep into here, or into here, right, low 30k, okay. I'm not saying it's going to, because if we close, if this 1 month and the month ends in uh, 20, less than 20 days, 18, whatever, 18, yeah, I think. Anyway, if this closes above this wick, we have new demand where basically price can mitigate and go higher. So that means Coco is behind me, but essentially if we close above, we can mitigate just the tiniest bit and then rally even higher. We could. But again, that's interesting POV. Like for instance, if you look at this, okay, did we close above? Yes, we did. Right. So what's our new demand? Well, okay, just looking at candles. Look, we closed the body above. So no, stop. So that means if any price action in between, this is called what? Mitigation for our demand. Now, as we can see, we mitigate. We create this new up push, but we don't close this wick, right? So that means, what does it mean? Well, technically, it means that we can still mitigate again. So what happens? We mitigate again, and then we close again. Bang. So what does that mean? It means, at this point in time, if price breaks below this level, right? What does it mean? It means switch. It means a shift in trend. Possibly, yes. Because in these high time frames, you understand that one zone that fails in a trend, like if a zone's going up, if a trend's going up in a very high time frame, like on 1 month, right, and that fails, right, you could be potentially looking to liquidate these zones, which is what happened, right? We liquidated these zones and we pushed straight down. Now I actually looked at Bitcoin around 16, 17k ish, but again, that's just simple ways to look at markets, right? We could see more rally, yes, we can. Will we? Who knows? Only in the coming years can we see where price actually develops, but it could be all the way up to 100, it could be 300, it could be 600k, it could be, like, this could just look like small price action to come into these zones, right? And then it could come back down and all this shit, right? But right now, this is all we have. Well, actually, we do have technically before, but you know what I mean. So, yeah. Solana, we have understood that essentially we have this is demand down here on the daily. So price could come back down to 48, to the 40 range. That's possible, but mine's going up, so I won't do anything. If we fail breaks on dailies, then yeah, we could come down, but we'll see. I won't even trade that. Gold on the 1 hour, probably gonna come down a bit more. It could definitely go up, yeah, but let's have a look. I'd probably just be looking for sell zone. I mean, we did test into this zone, so we could get more reaction, to be fair, actually. So more buys and sells, actually. This could be a zone to look for buys from, but don't know, I wouldn't really trade it. This is my prediction with EU. I think EU is going to start to push higher, but it could go down definitely, but I don't know, something's telling me it's going to go up. And then this was me back testing earlier, so I think I was just looking at eventually buys for the most part to take these highs. Pretty simple. But yeah. So I mean, we could go another 5 minutes, see what's going on. Oh shit. I believe that we want to be taking these highs, from what I remember. Hold on. We broke this structural point. We tested deep into here, so we could definitely be coming to take highs. But we understand it's been bearish, so as much as we can go, oh, it's gonna go up because we broke this. We could also say that it won't, but buys down here would have made sense. Let's just say that. We could also be looking to take it up into these zones as well, so it does make sense for buys in my opinion. So we'll come back down to the 1 minute. Okay. What would I be doing at this point? Well, first thing I'd be doing is sitting, because I won't do anything at this point realistically. I just want to see how price develops. So, because again, if we look at this, what do we have on this 5 minute? We have no structure. So just let price do its thing. Okay. So when we get, again, we get a tap into this zone, we understand we're looking for buys again. Well, matter of fact, I'd be buying here. Stop loss would be here. Target would be here. That's how I take this trade. So we'll take this actually. That's how I take this trade. Yeah, that looks like a valid buy. Now for me, what else would I be doing? Simply, I'd be looking for another zone. So, for instance, right here, could be looking for buys. Okay, let's see what we get. Okay. Push straight down. Okay, cool. Doesn't mean anything, because we're still in this zone. Again, on this 5 minute, right here. See? So this should be hard anyways, but we're just looking for deep mitigation, that's it. Okay, cool. Still looking for buys though. We might fail, but who cares? Okay, what do we do? Creation of new what? New demand. Okay. Test, and we get stopped down this, which is, again, it's only a -1, so we could simply just go to, yeah, put -1, right, which ain't too bad. It's nothing really. What's this? Okay. Right, so again, probably is going to come down a bit more, which is completely fine. We'll take the 1 hour. Okay, cool. Still looking for buys, remember, off of this zone. Keep an eye on this. Create new demand, cool. Mitigating the demand. Now we're looking for rally higher above this candle, which we get, and then we take a long. Where's our stop loss going to be? Well, technically, valid, right? +4. Okay. So at this point, I mean, technically, by the way, technically your target could have been this high, which we're targeting, right? Which is a 1 to 10, but again, we don't need to be doing that. So +4, it's fine. Okay. Mitigating risk, reducing risk, whatever you want to call it. Cool. Now what? Now we understand that we're looking in demand here. Okay, what do we get? Nothing. I'm still looking for buys, remember. And then what you can do is you can highlight this zone, and then you can mark equilibrium, or alternatively, you can just be looking for buys as soon as it taps this zone. But this is also valid. So this happens. It creates what? Demand. Okay, cool. What now? We don't have to mitigate, remember. So if we get this, but we didn't get close, so we can't buy. But here we get close, then this is technically valid, and you could be looking to take it to here, for instance. Okay. Which is another what? +3. So gives us plus 7R risk to reward, which is 7% on an account. Okay, just like that. Okay, now again, what can we do? We can be looking for buys inside of this zone. Okay, because we understand it's bullish. But if it doesn't hold, which it doesn't, I don't think, guess what? Doesn't matter. We could be looking for more sales now. Okay, from where? Here. Let's see if it rejects. Okay, sales. Very obvious. Sell. Stop loss. Where's our target? Probably here. Just because we've already mitigated, right, means that we could potentially be coming down to liquidate, or not, which again we get stopped out, and we could put a -1 now. Personally, I wouldn't be taking shorts, but I wanted to show you that you can possibly take shorts. But I wouldn't be, because the market's bullish. It's literally been creating new highs, so like, why would I be buying? Right? Why would I? Like, I wouldn't. But here's an example of shorting a bullish market. Yeah, not good. It can still come down though. Could always be wrong and right, but again, we're looking for buys. So, what do we see? Yeah, we're going to 5 minute. What do we get? Nothing. Okay, cool. Okay, what do we have here? Impulse. Where's our zone? Here. But on the 5 minute, where's our zone? Technically, we can't see it. So, stick to the 1 minute. Again, we have a new zone here. Cool. But it fails. Okay, which is why we wait for confirmations. Right. Do we have any buys? Technically, yes. Right here. But this is only one, so I wouldn't even be looking for buys yet. Unless I get my second confluence like this. Which I didn't even confirm, so. There's our second confluence. Right here. Stop loss, basically here. Well, technically when I leave. Target. Again, because we're in this zone up here, you might think, buys is a bit sus. Buys is sus, by the way. Buy in here seems a little bit risky. Believe me, I know. But where can we be targeting? Well, points of liquidity here and here. Okay. Did I even highlight this one? Right here. Right, so we could be targeting this. Now, but I think it'll probably fail just because of how high we up are and we haven't rejected this zone. So yeah, we take a -1 here, which is fine, and we actually mitigate what we wanted to do. Right, so that's why you set rules, like only when it gets mitigated, then you buy it. Right. But yeah, because we got no mitigation on this until when? Well, until now. So we could be looking for buys now, but again, pushes straight down, and we've got a mitigation down here, remember. So sell from here, it's possible. But again, don't sell on bullish markets. Okay, so where's our impulse? Down here. You can wait, or yeah. Again, what do we have? Is this possible news? I don't even know. 7 o'clock, so maybe switch over session. Right. Right here. Demand. Believe it or not. We get this validation. All we're looking for now is basically this to buy. Now, this is valid, but I wouldn't really be I wouldn't be trading this time, but it's valid. Let's just say that. I don't know if this fails. I was thinking, we already tapped one liquidity, which was here, so it would have made sense as well to fail. But again, I wouldn't be trading this session. I'll be waiting for tomorrow. But let's just play. I feel more bullish on this than bearish though. Now we got the switch from here. So as long as we validate the second time, then it's definitely going to be more bearish, no, definitely more bearish. And then bang. So I knew it was bearish from this close, so I could have been looking for sells down here, right? Obviously I'm not going to be trading like 12 till 3 in the morning or whatever, like that isn't my session. Right, it's probably going to be more bearish, so it could be coming down lower. Could be. But obviously not. And you notice how that's just a pullback to go do this. Right. But again, I'm not going to be trading this, actually. I might be trading this maybe no, right about now. There's probably like New York session coming in now and then the rally higher. Okay. Yeah, so 15 minutes. Let's go back. What do we have? We only really have demand here. I only really have demand here by the looks of things. When we have demand here on this 5 minute, so could be buying, but depends. If this zone holds, then yeah, for sure. Got no confluences to buy. It's a possible confluence, but I wouldn't take it. And then the zone fails, right? So we didn't lose anything, we just waited and figured out that wasn't our time to play. Simple. Yeah, that's going down. I'll take a loss on this. Let's just show you the loss. Yeah. I can kind of tell when it's going the wrong way. Which is also why you could have marked, like I said earlier, equilibrium, which is here. So then what do? Set rules. You're like, okay, I want my price to get to here. And then what can you do? You can either take sells, or you can wait. Right, but bang, now we're in. Okay, cool. What do we do now? We wait. We want confluence, so what do? Just patience. What do we get? We get demand. Okay. Failed, okay, cool. Doesn't matter. Still looking for buyers, remember? We have new demand, okay, cool. Mitigation? Buy. Right, and this is not a fail, this is just mitigation. So, the stop loss will be here though. And then you could be targeting where? This high. Right. And then obviously news. Yes, this is news. You can tell. Again, if we knew that there was news that time, then we wouldn't have taken it simply. Or we would have exited here just before news, right? But yeah, this was news by the looks of it. 12:30 news always drops at this time, and then shortly after, it'll come down more probably, just because of the way news is. It's volatile as fuck, as you can see. But it'll probably still. It's still overall expecting to go up. So let's see. It should, but obviously news fucked up some shit. It's coming down, which is fine. Now we should buy, possibly. Yeah, now it's bullish again. I mean, we'll go down to the 1 hour. Right, yeah, it's bullish. Yeah. Well, actually, I don't even know at this point. Can't lie. Interested. Buys from here though. Yeah, buys, bullish, bullish, bullish. Yeah. Saw that coming. And then bang. We took these highs and these highs, which we were expecting. Simple. Anyways. What's Solana at $60? Fuck. Anyways, I'm gonna end the video here, so yeah, peace.